Hi everyone, I'm back with a quick sort of watch me craft video. I've already about 25% done with this project, but I just kind of figured, since I already told you guys that I was going to show you some of my projects, this project is going to be a Keurig coffee holder. So what I'm gonna do, this is for my hot cocoa bar. So I have already, as you can see, cut out and painted a pumpkin. So I was kind of trying to figure out what kind of design did I want to go with, and I decided to go with a pumpkin design. So this is just a box of cereal cardboard from Trader Joe's. It's my husband's favorite. So I went ahead and just broke it apart, opened it up, painted orange. And that's mainly just so you don't see cardboard when you're pulling off the pieces of the Keurig cups. I just didn't want to see the cardboard. So I went ahead and painted that, and then it's all dry, and as you can see, it's a little flimsy. So all I'm going to do is take another piece of cardboard and reinforce the back. So I have another piece of cardboard, and I'm just going to quickly put a little bit of glue, nothing fancy, and just reinforce the back a little bit. So this hopefully is just going to make it just a tad bit more sturdy. Okay, and then let's see, I have one more piece. Where did that little piece go? What? I can't seem to find that piece. I literally just had it. So let me go ahead and cut another piece really quick for you guys. Okay, so I have another little piece, and I'm just going to glue this to the top to reinforce this little flap, because this was the flap of the cereal box, so I don't want that to be flapping around. Okay, now that's done. I went ahead and cut out a little hole with my X-Acto knife, because how I'm going to make this like a hanging piece rather than a flat leaning up against the wall kind of piece. So I'm going to hang it. So I put a little hole. I already have a command strip on my wall. Okay, so from here, all we're going to do is make a few of these little cup holders, essentially. So all you do is we're going to glue these onto the pumpkin. I picked orange to match the background, but essentially, like, you guys can really get very creative with this. Like, honestly, I saw this, another lady did this exact same thing, but she just did it on a 17 by 16 or something like that piece of board. And so I decided, well, I mean, clearly you can do this with any shape you want. You just kind of get creative. So I have orange on orange, and I'm going to do a pumpkin. So to make these little cups, all you're going to do is cut out a bunch of 6 by 2 strips. So I have my slicer. This is a little mini one. It only goes about 11 inches. And I got this from Tuesday Morning. It was only $5. I have a few other ones, but I figured it'd be nice to have like a small one to just kind of, it's an easier one to kind of do quick job. So I just cut it at the 6. And then I'm going to cut it at the 2-inch mark. And 2-inch again. Of course, you can start with whatever piece of paper you want. I did not have 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12 pieces of orange cardstock, but I ended up having these little strips somewhere in my stash. I honestly couldn't even tell you where I had them in my stash, but they were in there, so that's where I cut these from. So I've already went ahead and cut out all of my pieces that I'm probably going to need. And then I also cut out a few yellow ones. I figured I would be able to make the eyes and the mouth, but I actually only ended up with 4 pieces. I didn't realize I didn't have a whole lot of yellow, so I'm probably going to ixnay that part. But I have them just in case I find some more yellow somewhere in my stash. Okay, so then all you're going to do, I went ahead and took my scoreboard and I scored at a 1/4 inch. All you can do if you'd like is go ahead and mark it with just a ruler and just mark off a 1/4 inch. It's just going to kind of help you kind of make sure that you get the right size. So you're going to go 6 across, excuse me. So the 6 length, you're going to just mark a 1/4 inch in. And then you're going to go ahead, and this is just a little tip. I kind of roll the paper between my hands. It kind of helps for the paper to roll a little better. You see how it kind of already has a curve now? So that's going to help you when you need to close it up into a circle. So now I'm just going to apply a very thin strip of glue. You don't need too much, and it's definitely hot glue. So you don't want to apply too much anyways and it seep out. So, and plus it dries really quick, which is why I really like working with the hot glue. You are going to feel a little of the heat, but as you can see, it doesn't really seep out at all. As long as you apply a nice thin little layer. And once I've made my little cup, I'm going to go ahead and just measure it. So as you can see, it's a nice fit. There's really no air, and then you have a little bit of space on the bottom too, which just kind of helps it so it sits nice and deep in the cup, so hopefully, you know, it doesn't fall out. So I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna do a couple more on camera, and then I'm going to take a little break, finish up the rest, and come back and finish it up. All right. As you can see, I didn't do the rolling in my hand this time. Pretty much I have a good handle on this already, so it's fine, but there is some cardstock that has a little bit of a problem with that, so it is nice to get the rolling going. So you can see it's not as nice of a circle when you don't roll, but pretty much it still turns out okay and you shouldn't have any problems. So again, just one more time. Roll between your hands. That's the easiest way. You just kind of hold on to your piece of paper with your index and thumb on this side, same here. You just kind of roll, right? Then we'll put a little bit more glue. Alrighty. Go right up to that line, a 1/4 inch. There is some glue that seeps out just a little bit because I was a little heavy on the glue, but it's fine. I've been working with hot glue for so long, I don't even feel it anymore. Measure it. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here. I'm going to finish up the rest of my cups and come right back. Okay, so I'm back. I have a good chunk of them done. I didn't finish all of them just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get started just so we can kind of, obviously to you guys it doesn't really matter, but to me I'm getting a little sleepy. So I'm going to go ahead and start showing you the rest of this, and maybe I'll come back tomorrow and finish it up. So I'm going to go ahead and start showing you how to glue these down. So the nice thing about these cups is that you have the nice seam. I am going to use that as a guide, as a center of my little cup, and where I'm going to glue my pieces of, well, not pieces, but start eyeballing where I'm going to glue these cups down. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of somewhat measure out where these are going to go. You don't want to stick them so close to each other, because if you do that, as you can see, this kind of overlaps. So you want to give it a little bit of a gap in between, about another 1/4 inch. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball where these are going, just so I have an idea. exactly how many more I need to make anyways. So I'm just going to kind of do them in a line, and then I come down to the next row, which actually I'm going to start here for the middle again. Kind of keep going that way so I get an idea. So this is something that I want to have for my coffee, or excuse me, not coffee, but my cocoa bar. So I figured it'd be kind of cute to kind of keep it in a theme. I have another idea on how I'm going to do my Keurig cup holder for the rest of the year. I don't want to obviously keep a pumpkin up all year long, especially not for Christmas. So I have another idea on how I'm going to do my other Keurig holder, and it's not necessarily going to be like this. I have a different idea, so I'll probably come back and show you guys how that's going to work a bit later when it gets closer to the holidays. Let's see, either for during Thanksgiving, even though this would actually totally work for Thanksgiving too, because I'm not making it too Halloweenish. It's going to be pumpkin-y, so it's fine to keep up during Thanksgiving if I have any other parties or gatherings or family over. So that would totally work, but it's not going to work for Christmas. So I might do something else for Christmas, like I might do a stocking or a candy cane or something. Like, it's honestly, the possibilities are endless, and I just encourage everybody to just use your own creativity and, you know, follow what works for you. So I just made one more cup really quick. Perfect. So I can measure this last one out. Okay, that actually looks a lot better than I expected, considering that I did not measure this out at first before I started making it. So I really like that. I like the spacing on it, and I can probably do one more row of the 7 here, and then maybe one more row of the 5 down here. So that's a decent amount, especially with the amount of people that I have coming. Okay, so I'm gonna move these off to the side. I totally know how many I'm working with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the center of this right here, okay, and I'm just gonna glue that right in the middle where that was originally. Okay, and then I'm going to take the other ones, do a little bit of a glue dot there. Perfect. It's just enough to kind of get it going. Okay, make sure to keep that spacing. Okay. Oops. Spacing's a little off on that one, but it's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so that's the last one for the top row. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and pause it really quick, finish up the rest. I don't have the capability to speed up my videos right now. I'm kind of just working with my phone, so just bear with me. I'm going to pause, I'm going to finish up the rest, and I'll come right back. Okay guys, I wanted to come back really quick, even though I'm still only about halfway done. I just wanted to quickly show you one thing that I didn't show you on the first row, but essentially it's best to come back on the rows on the back on the second part and just kind of do a little bit of glue down on that second half, the bottom half of it. Kind of holds it down a little bit. For my surface, it's not the flattest right now, so I just need to hold it down for a couple seconds to make sure it holds. Hot glue definitely, dries pretty quickly, but it doesn't always dry as fast as you think it's gonna dry. So you're just gonna add a little bit of dollops. Okay. Just hold it down for a little bit, especially if it's not already flush. There you go, that one's a little better. Just gonna put a little bit of glue right there. Okay. A little bit more glue. You're just gonna keep repeating that process with all of them, but it's nice to be able to just do a quick row and keep moving. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I totally messed up on the spacing right here, but it's okay. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I'm not too worried. It's just, a decor piece. My family totally knows that I make a lot of my random projects. They don't always turn out 100%, but this is my first time trying this project. So obviously, the more and more that you try to perfect your craft, it totally works out. So I definitely wouldn't be discouraged if for whatever reason it doesn't look as great as you thought it was gonna look, or it's just not quite up to par. Like in your head, you have this vision of what your project's gonna look like, and then it comes out and you're just like, oh, okay, that's totally not what I had in my head. But I wouldn't be discouraged, guys. Like, I make all kinds of things all the time. Like, I make planners and embellishments and all kinds of stuff, but I just I don't get discouraged if there are projects that I I was really excited for, but for whatever reason it just didn't quite turn out the way I thought it was gonna turn out. And you just gotta keep pushing, and this is one of the things where it's like, okay, well, what can I do to make it better next time? Like, it doesn't help you if you get discouraged and decide not to craft anymore, because who's that going to help? Who's that going to hurt? It's going to hurt you, because you're no longer doing what you love, so I definitely wouldn't let anybody else discourage you from it either, because I definitely have had my fair share of people who are like, oh, that doesn't look professional enough, or blah blah blah, and it's just like, this is what I love to do. Someone who used to make fun of me because it was like, oh, you just sit at home and craft, like, you're so boring, like, you're so young, why are you like an old lady sitting at home crafting all day? And it's like, I love to craft. That's just what I like to do. If you don't like it, leave me alone. Go bother someone else. I'm not here to please you. I'm not here to make anybody else happy but myself. That's who I'm here to make happy, and my husband. I accommodate him as much as possible as well. But even sometimes he wants to do stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm crafting, leave me alone. Well, there's plenty of times when he's playing his game and I want to do something, and I'm like, all right, that's your personal time. That's what you want to do when you get home. By all means, do what you gotta do. And then usually I just end up crafting too. So we have our little entertainment room. I have my crafts. He has his games, computer games, his flight simulator games. It works out. A lot of times we're not even hanging out, but we're definitely in the same room. Well, here I am finishing up all the pieces and just going on and on, making this video incredibly long for no reason. Sorry guys. I'll go ahead and pause it, and I will be right back as soon as I finish all these. Okay, so another quick update. I didn't have enough orange ones. And I don't even have any more paper left. So I am going to have to use the random yellow ones to finish in these 2 holes. Oops. So, yeah. Don't do what I did and not measure out how many you actually need. Because that's kind of embarrassing. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll make up some sort of excuse as to why my pumpkin has 2 like random yellow circles at the bottom. I don't know. You know what? I might like wrap it with something else like later and like do a little bit more decorations because I'm not totally sold on this. Like I said early in the videos, like, you know, even if it doesn't turn out exactly the way you envisioned it, don't be discouraged. There's usually always something you can do to either fix it or just roll with it. Like, I mean, honestly, I'm probably just gonna roll with it, but if I really just don't like it that much, then I won't. And I'll show you guys what I do instead. Because I totally want to do another video anyways with my complete Hocus Pocus party decor. So my cousin came over earlier today and we did a little bit of crafting. We pretty much did we painted those 4 pumpkins that I mentioned. I painted my gate, so my gate's completely black now, and we made these little potions. And we took like, let's see, I had a bunch of dyes. So I had like green, red, and blue dyes, and like I bought these bottles from Michael's, and the bottles were already came, like they're like little mini bottles, and they already came with labels, which was perfect because I was like, I didn't feel like figuring that out anyways, like making little labels for those itty bitty tiny bottles. So that was perfect. So we just kind of made potions, and I say potions with air quotes because obviously they're not potions, but you know, that kind of like matched the theme of the little labels, which was nice. So we did like oh my gosh, I did not need those yellow ones. It would have been fine without it, to just kind of like taper off kind of small. Oh well, whatever, I'll figure it out. I'll come up with something. I might put like a border, like wrap some ribbon around the edges to kind of like, oh, you know what? I had that mesh. If you guys watch my Dollar Tree haul, I have that mesh. So I don't know, maybe I'll put some mesh around it to kind of like tidy up a bit. But okay, that is it. That I am done with my pumpkin. I'm probably also gonna find like maybe some brown or green paper and just kind of do one at the top of the pumpkin. So right here at this little tab, just so I have one more and just kind of finish it off. But that is my project. I'm gonna go grab some more cups, see how the spacing is, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I didn't actually buy all of my hot cocoa yet for the party, but I was at Breakfast Blend. Starbucks is what I drink on the regular, like just my regular coffee. But I went to buy, you know, hot cocoa. Obviously, for my hot cocoa bar, it doesn't make sense to not have hot cocoa. So I'm going to do the carrot pods. I might have powder. I haven't decided yet. So like if people want to just make regular ones without going through this whole process. But anyways, I found these salted caramel hot cocoa pods from Marshall's the other day, and can I just say, these are amazing. It is so good. I don't know if they actually even make salted caramel hot cocoa in stores, but these pods are so good. And I feel bad because I've already started drinking. Like I had one last night, and honestly we'll probably have another tonight because they're just so good. So I'll go ahead, and I was supposed to go to Marshall's today and actually look for more, but I forgot. So yeah, look at that. It does easily slide out. They slide right in. Now the real test, because these are actually a lot heavier than I expected. The real test is seeing if these cups are actually going to stay when I hang it up. So I have also the Swiss Miss. I just have like a few of these left over from when I bought these probably last year. They're still good, but I need to buy more because this is literally my only cup left. So I'm going to go buy more of these, and then if I'm lucky, I'll find salted caramel hot cocoa from Starbucks. And then also I have these chai latte ones. I used to drink these regularly as well, but I haven't really had these in a long time. Mainly because I was waiting for it to kind of cool down to have like a nice cup of like latte, but coffee is always good even when it's hot. So I have those, and I'm just going to use them to kind of test this whole process out to see if it can hold, like completely filled. So I actually don't even know if I have enough to test it completely filled, but we shall see. I mean, it looks really cool. Like, I'm actually really digging it now that it's all filled with like pods. I actually really like this. So now I'm like fingers crossed that it actually looks nice and it holds up. And I'm thinking if it doesn't quite hold up, I'm gonna kind of go back to drawing board and kind of see like what would work. So sorry everybody, I did not test this project out before showing you on this video, but you know, things happen, and I was just really excited to make this today, and I forgot that I was gonna show you guys as many projects as possible, so here we are. Okay, I'm going to pause. I'm going to try and hang it up because I really don't want you to guys see my failure. Be right back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so as you can see, it's barely holding on. Sorry if my hands are a little shaky. I'm holding up the tripod just so you guys can see. Wow, yeah. I need stronger back. That's for sure. Flimsy cardboard's not gonna work, but you know what? As you can see, like, it is still holding up no problem. Like, structurally, the cups are okay. It's just that my pumpkin itself, like, is leaning the back part of it. So I think if I find some poster board, like the foam core board, like, it will actually work. So I'm gonna do that, reinforce it, and I will then give you guys an update during the walkthrough of my Halloween party decorations. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.